we're gonna start with mixing a little bit of mayonnaise and some Old Bay or JO seasoning, either one. I have JO seasoning today, and I'm gonna mix that with a little bit of dried parsley flakes. Then I'm gonna fold in my lump crab meat as carefully as I can to get that all coated. And then I'm gonna add about a half a cup of panko breadcrumb just to hold everything together. I'm gonna let that sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes before I form my crab balls. So I'm gonna make these into 4 portions. So I'm gonna have 1/4 pound crab balls, or you could do little appetizer sizes depending on what you want. Then we're gonna melt a stick of butter with about a tablespoon or half a tablespoon of white vinegar. Once that's melted and my air fryer is preheated and ready to go on medium high heat, we're gonna drizzle over that melted butter all over the crab balls. Then shut those air fryer drawers. You wanna let them go and do their thing until they're golden brown on the outside. You can check these halfway through once or twice just to make sure that they are cooking evenly. Once they are a nice golden brown, which takes about 6 to 8 minutes for the larger ones, you can pull them out, plate them up with some lemon wedges, some tartar sauce and cocktail sauce, and enjoy them. These are my shrimp toast on the Blackstone.
Smells funny.
He does not like any seafood, so his opinion is invalid.
It's true. I don't.
You will love these. We're gonna start off with a loaf of white bread. Be sure that you're using day old bread. This way you're not using a really soft piece of fresh bread. You want it to be able to hold up all that shrimp mixture. And then we're going to cut the crust off, and we're gonna triangle that up by cutting it in half and set that aside. This is really fun because you can get your bread prepared, throw it into a container or a bag, and make your shrimp mixture. Keep it in the refrigerator. Do this in the morning, and you can use it for the next 2 days for a quick little appetizer. Then we're gonna slice up some green onion. I'm gonna save about 3 tablespoons of it for my shrimp mixture and do another tablespoon or 2 for garnishing. Using about 1 pound of peeled shrimp, we're gonna chop these up. You kind of want to make a paste out of this. Throw that into a bowl, and we're gonna add all of our ingredients. You want to set this mixture into the refrigerator for 30 minutes before using it. This really helps the cornstarch thicken up your shrimp paste. Shrimp toast was always one of my favorite appetizers when we would go out to dinner, and now making it, it's 1,000 times better because I can adjust the flavor. I think it looks way prettier. We're gonna set our Blackstone to low heat. And when you put it down onto the Blackstone, you want to make sure that you're using half butter, half vegetable oil. This really helps your shrimp toast from burning. Take it low and slow, don't rush it. This is a delicate, fun, beautiful appetizer that you don't want to ruin. Once our shrimp mixture side is nice and golden brown, we're gonna flip this over. You can add a little bit more butter and oil if needed, and let the bread side get nice and golden brown. Once that's done, pull it off, plate it up. You can garnish this with either yum yum sauce, which is what I went with, or spicy mayo is good. Garnish it with some green onions that we set aside, some sesame seeds, and serve it up to your best friends like mine, CJ, who's gonna come eat some. Please, will you take 1 bite? So we're gonna try it. CJ's gonna try another seafood dish with me, right?
Man, I just love all these new things I'm getting to try.
Here we go. Look, right there.
Yep. So in true fashion, I do this with my kids. Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, she's gonna enjoy it.
You can't say that's not delicious.
I can say that.
It's
However,
so good.
it's actually delicious.
If you like shrimp, this is a fabulous recipe. anywhere. And let's be real, I cook a lot of seafood. We're gonna start by using a large shrimp. Make sure that they're butterflied enough to be able to stuff a little bit of something into them, which is gonna be our freshly prepared horseradish. Fresh prepared horseradish from the refrigerated section in your refrigerator. You're just gonna simply put some of that, as much as you can, fit into each shrimp. And then we're gonna use thin cut bacon. Why do we want thin cut bacon? Because shrimp only take 5-6 minutes to cook. So we don't want to be waiting for our bacon to cook and then essentially overcooking our shrimp, which would not be good. So once they are stuffed, we're just going to wrap a thin layer of bacon around the shrimp, tuck in the bacon to make sure that it's nice and tight and it won't come apart. Once your shrimp are ready to rock and roll, we're just going to put these into our preheated Blackstone. I preheated my Blackstone to medium high heat. I'm going to put my shrimp into that air fryer and let them go. I'm going to let them cook for about 3 minutes and then I'm going to check on them. If they look like they need to be flipped over to cook evenly, give them a quick little flip. If not, let them keep going. Once they are done, take them out and serve them up right away, immediately, with your favorite dipping sauce. My mom always served these up alongside freshly made Thousand Island dressing. Thousand Island dressing is so easy to make, and you could stick it in the refrigerator and eat it all week long with other dishes. These are my spicy mayo sesame shrimp. Say that 5 times fast. I can't. We're gonna start by seasoning up our peeled tail-on shrimp with a little bit of white pepper, some pink Himalayan sea salt, and some garlic powder, and then toss them in a Japanese mayo. Japanese mayo is different than our traditional mayo because it contains extra egg yolks, more egg yolks, which makes it just so much creamier. Creamier as in the sense that I dip my french fries in Japanese mayo just as is because it is just that good. And when we're coating our shrimp with that mayo, it's going to create a golden brown, super thin layer over that shrimp that just makes them griddle up so perfectly. So for these, I'm just going to use little miniature skewers and skewer one shrimp up at a time. This makes the perfect little party appetizer for a group of friends coming over or family. We're going to put them right down onto our hot Blackstone. Set it to about medium or medium high heat. Shrimp only need a few minutes per side, 2 to 3. So you're going to let them cook on one side for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to flip them and let them finish cooking. Once they are done, I just take them right off the Blackstone and let them sit for a minute to cool. So I'm going to let them cool off for a couple minutes while I make my spicy mayo. Spicy mayo is just coupai mayo, or you could use a good quality regular mayo from the store. Mix that with sriracha. Sriracha you want to add a little at a time depending on your own personal heat preference. I like mine somewhere right in the middle, so I do just a little bit more mayo than sriracha. To that I add sesame oil, toasted sesame oil, and mix that together, give it a little taste, and make sure that it's either as sweet or spicy or tangy, however you like it. Then I'm just going to slice up a few green onions, and then I'm going to line up my shrimp on a nice serving board, drizzle on the spicy mayo over the shrimp, and then I'm going to finish with just a touch of sesame oil over the shrimp as well, and then those green onions all over the shrimp, and then finish it with some beautiful toasted sesame seeds. These will fly off your serving board faster than you can put the serving board down. And I know because my nephews literally attack me when they see this tray of shrimp coming at every party that I have. So in this recipe, I'm showing you a different way how I try to make my peony shrimp using the air fryer. Peel and eat shrimp are such a favorite of mine. Don't they remind you of summer cookouts and seafood bakes and just all things seafood that CJ hates? So for peel and eat shrimp, you want to get wild caught shrimp are best. Get them thawed already, and then you're just going to take them home, and we're not going to peel them. We're just going to take our scissors and cut along the top of the shrimp. This way they can butterfly, they become easier to peel, and you can remove anything gross that's inside of that shrimp. So then we're gonna take some fresh garlic. Fresh garlic, smash it, and then just roughly chop. And by roughly chop, I mean the way that me and my mom keep showing you that we just seriously roughly chop. It does not have to be perfect. It's just for flavor, unless you like picking at the garlic and eating it, like I do, because it's good for you. So then we're just gonna toss our shrimp with that fresh garlic, loads of Old Bay, and some olive oil. I'm gonna keep adding that Old Bay until I see every shrimp covered in it. A little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and you wanna keep those lemons that you squeeze and tuck it into those shrimp, because that's gonna cook along with our shrimp. While it's cooking, that lemon is just going to really get into that shrimp. We're gonna stick our shrimp into the air fryer to cook on medium to medium high heat for just about 6 minutes. Being sure to check every couple minutes. You do not want to burn yours, and you do not want to overcook. Shrimp is very easily overcooked, and when you do, the shells will either stick to your shrimp or your shrimp will become rubbery and tough, and no one wants to eat a rubbery shrimp. So while they're cooking, we have just enough time to make cocktail sauce. So we're just gonna add some ketchup, some horseradish, fresh horseradish, the one that you get prepared that's in the cold section, not by the sauces in the middle aisles. Add some Tabasco sauce or your favorite hot sauce, and I always add a little squeeze of lemon. Mix that up, give it a little taste test, and make sure it's to your desired liking. Check your shrimp halfway, give them a little shake in the air fryer if they need it. Once they are done, which is exactly when they're just all the way around orange and perfectly colored, take them out of the air fryer, plate them up, or eat them right out of the basket, served alongside that cocktail sauce. These things are messy and delicious. I always love to add a little bit extra Old Bay to the top, sit around a table full of seafood, and get messy by peeling them and eating them and enjoying them, and oh my goodness, they're so good. I hope you guys give these peel and eat shrimp a try with your friends around a table and enjoy them and post them and share them. And be sure to check out blackstoneproducts.com for more recipes from all of us. I am Blackstone Betty, and I will see you guys in the next video.